Good morning, everyone. It's our pleasure to organize this virtual meeting to provide an update to students about their studies in the UK. Today, my special guest is Miss Elo Vivian Odede. Hello, Vivian, and thanks for your
Hi, Anna. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Thanks for your time today, Vivian. We are here to give information to students about their studies in the UK, especially for January intake. They are confused about the studies because due to the situations, for everyone is difficult. But we are here to help them for every questions. And why not? Don't hesitate to contact us for more information in regard to about their studies. Okay, before we start with some general questions, I would like to say please join us and ask your question in regard with your studies. We'll read in the end of the virtual meeting, and Vivian will answer all of questions. Can you please, Vivian, give us more information about your positions and any advice for students who will join us for January intake?
Thank you very much, Anna. As Anna has said, my name is Elo Vivian Odede. A lot of people call me Vivian Odede, and I'm the Senior International Recruitment Officer for Africa and Latin America. And I work with an organization called 𝗄𝗄𝗲 Higher Education. Now, what we do at 𝗄𝗄𝗲 Higher Education is that we have a range of partner universities that we run their branch campuses. And our work basically is to recruit students from Africa, Latin America, and from all over the world, to come and study in these universities in the UK. Now, depending on what you want to study, your location and the level in which you want to study, we have a wide variety to fit your needs, basically. We work closely with representatives as like 𝗃𝗂𝗃𝗲 consultancy in the UK, in Europe, in Africa, all over the world, basically attracting students from Africa, and students with a wide variety of background and different cultural diversity. You can find us or meet with us at educational fairs, events in the UK, internationally, either physically and then obviously more recent times virtually, basically because of what's happening around the world now. All of this combined, makes it easy for students to meet with us, ask us questions like we'll be doing in this session, and then about their coming to study in the UK and coming to study with our partner university. Now, this exposure, helps students from Africa and other locations, gives them a unique insight into what's really important for them, so they know what they are choosing, what they want to study, and it allows us to tailor our programs, to suit the needs of everybody as much as we possibly can. So that's basically what we do at 𝗄𝗄𝗃 Higher Education, basically bridging the gap between the students and our partner universities to make sure we offer tailored courses, to suit the needs of students. And I'm happy to take questions from students today.
Thank you so much, Vivian, for your information. Can you please tell us which courses are available for January intake?
Okay, we do have a wide variety of courses, available for January. Business-related courses, we have computing-related courses, we have the MBA, which is very, very popular amongst African students. We have some of our partner universities have courses that are tailored towards industry and vocational needs of our students. So it's quite a wide variety. I can't begin to go because we mentioned all of them, but we're looking at over 500 to 600 or more courses, available from international foundation pathway to postgraduate students. So there is quite a number. What I can say is if you have specific questions or specific courses you are interested in, you can contact us or contact us through 𝗃𝗂𝗃𝗲 Consultancy, and then they will tell you what courses are available for the January start.
Thank you so much, Vivian. And what are requirements for African students for postgraduate study?
Okay, so across board for postgraduate students, you'll be needing a minimum of a second class lower or a 2-2, as some people might call it in their country. However, if you do have a third or a third class or a past degree, not to worry. We do have the pre-master's route or an extended master's degree program where we can fit in these students. I know you did mention postgraduate students, but I know that we do have a cohort of students who have either studied with a national diploma or a higher national diploma more like it. So for those cohorts of students, we'll be looking at them coming through what is called the top-up program. We have a fantastic top-up program in one of our partner universities called Northumbria University at the London campus, where students can come and do a one-year program and then progress, graduate with a BSc or a BA in that subject area, and then they can then progress to do their MSc if they choose to. So we do have across board minimum entry requirement is a second class lower. If you have a third or a pass, then you will need to go for our pre-master's degree, pre-master's program. Now, people normally ask this question: how long is the pre-master's program? So for the pre-master's is between 3 to 4 months. So you get what is called a joint CAS for the pre-master's and the full MSc program. So you get a joint CAS, which is one CAS for you to come and then study the whole program. So it can range from standard MSc is 9 months, which most people will call 1 year. So 9 months is one academic year, so with the pre-masters, you'll be looking at 12 to 15 months, depending on the course you're studying.
Okay, thank you so much. What are the English requirements for postgraduate students?
Again, across board, we would generally take, for students from Ghana, Nigeria, we will generally take a credit C6 in English language at the 𝗍𝗃𝗃 level. For students from Zimbabwe, from Kenya, it will be either the 𝗍𝗃𝗀𝗃 or the 𝗊𝐶SE. That's so the equivalent of the WAEC. From Gambia, I think it's also the WAEC as well. So, but we'll be looking at a minimum of a C6. Some of our partner universities are happy to take the 𝗊𝗂𝗀𝗃𝗀 certificates, which is known to Nigerian students. One of our partner universities is happy to take that, and the minimum grade actually is a C6. However, if you have made lower than that, we do have at QA Higher Education, we do have an English language free testing. It's called a QA English test. You can do that for free, and you can then have the required grades for our partner universities, and you can use that result actually to join any of our partner universities. So you either have a WAEC, NECO, 𝗍𝗃𝗃𝗃, 𝗍𝗃𝗃, KCSE, depending on what country you're from. You need to have that grade minimum of a credit in English language. If you do not have a credit in English language, not to worry. QA Higher Education offers the free English language testing, which you can sit for. We will book you for it. Once you have an offer to come and study with us, or you've made an application to come and study with us, we'll book you for that, for the English language, and then give you a time and a date where the exam will be conducted over Skype for you.
Okay, yes, thank you so much. You mentioned that after students got the offer letter, they need to apply for unconditional offer letter, and there are some conditions the students need to complete. One of them is the personal statement. Students always are confused. They always ask me many questions. So can you please provide us what they need to do?
An insight. Okay.
To do a strong personal statement and to get an unconditional offer letter.
Okay, so for a personal statement, it's personal to you. what makes you unique. I call it an extension of your CV. So basically, there are 4 major things that we look out for, or our partner universities look out for when they assess applications and they look at your personal statement, or some people will call it a statement of purpose, which is called an SOP. So the first thing will be why you have chosen the university. Most times what people go and do is just copy information from the website and then put on there. Obviously that's plagiarism, and plagiarism is frowned upon seriously. There's a zero tolerance policy about plagiarism in most universities in the UK. So what you need to do is, why have you chosen this university? Look at the university, look at their courses, look at what appeals to you for the university, and then write about it in your own language. Yes, you can read about the university from their website, but it is always good for you to understand and then put that in simple language, nothing major, just in simple plain English, put that down. So the first point will be why you have chosen the university. Now, the next point will be why you have chosen the course. So why you have chosen the course, why do you want to do this course? Try and relate the course you have chosen to what your previous work or a study experience. I have chosen to study XYZ because I have been working in this field, or I have some sort of work experience. It would be nice to get the academic back into it. So again, in simple plain English, tell us why you have chosen the course, and then why you have chosen to come and study in the UK. You can tell us about UK being a commercial city, or one of the well-known cities in the world, one of the well-known countries in the world where you wish to come and study. You can tell us about the diversity of the people. You can tell us about the university degrees being well-known or well-recognized worldwide. You can give us, there are various reasons you can give why you have chosen to come and study in the UK. And then lastly, we would expect that when you study, or when you finish, you have goals, you have career plans, you have future plans. You need to tell us these plans. So answers like, or what you often find students write are things like, I intend to go back to my home country when I finish and get a job. That's a no-no. So you need to tell us, you need to be specific. You need to tell us what your future career plans are. I have decided to study XYZ because at the end of the day, I intend to work in XYZ or ABC company where the demand for this course I have studied, is in need, or where there's a high demand for what I have studied. You want to give us the impression. Don't forget, coming to study in the UK is a huge investment, and then you want to be seen as a credible student. So you cannot just say you're spending or you're investing so much money in your education coming to study in the UK, and then you intend to just go back home and look for a job. You need to specify, because it throws you in a better light, says that, okay, this student is a credible student. This student has done their homework, researching the university, researching the courses. When you're talking about the courses, don't just say, oh, I've decided to study business analytics because it will help me in my business. No, you need to go into detail. For example, the course strategic management, look at the course content, look at the course model, talk about one or two of them, how it inspires you or how it's going to help in your career plan or in your future plan. So there are 4 major points to look out for. The first one will be why you have chosen to study in the UK. The second one is why you have chosen the university. The third one will be why you have chosen the course. And then the last one will be what your future career plans are. So basically, these 4 points, keep your personal statement or statement of purpose to 1 page. We would normally ask for maximum of 500 words. Obviously, we have a lot of applications to go through, so it's a bit daunting when you have to read pages and pages of personal statement. So I'd say just keep it sweet, short, simple, plain English, and try and let the statement reflect your person and reflect your goals and aspirations. That's it about personal statements.
Yes, thank you so much. to us good information. So now I'm sure that students are clear about the personal statements.
Yeah.
After they got unconditional offer letter, they need to pay the deposit in order to get the cast letter. How much deposit they need to pay to get the cast letter?
So our standard deposit across all of our countries is £5,500. However, we understand that some countries may be experiencing stringent rules and regulations, you know, when it comes to transfer of foreign exchange into the UK, specifically Nigerian students. So we have made a concession for them, and we have said for the Nigerian students, because of the ongoing problems, you know, transferring FX and getting a foreign exchange, the minimum deposit we'll accept from Nigerian students is £2,000. However, all other African countries, minimum deposit is £5,500.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And after they get cast letter, they will apply for visa then. But there are a huge number of students in the UK who are looking for second master. Can you please share to us what are requirements for second master, and are they eligible for second master in the UK?
Okay, so prior till now, there was something called the progression rule, which has now been taken off. So the progression rule states that you can't study more than 5 years with an undergraduate and a postgraduate program. So that hindered a lot of people into going into a second master's degree. However, that progression rule has been removed recently by 𝗂𝗶𝘃𝗏. So what we need to potentially look at now is the credibility of the students and the relevance of a second master's to what they have studied the first time. So for example, if you have I will give specific examples. For example, if your first master's degree is in computing science or computer science, so if you have an MSc in computer science and you want to do another master's degree, we will be looking at academic progression. So when we say academic progression, is that course relevant to what they had studied the first time? Is it a professional or a specific area? So for example, I have studied MSc computing or MSc computer science. I should ideally be looking at a specialty. So I can potentially go and study MSc cybersecurity, which is a specialty of computer science, or I have studied MSc marketing. The whole world is going digital now. Everything is virtually done online. So if I say I want to study MSc digital marketing, that's a specialty. It's a special side of a specialty of marketing. So these are the kind of things that students should be looking at. If you have an MBA is regarded as a professional course. It's very, very tough to come back to an MSc, even though they are at the same level. It's called the level 7, you know, which is the postgraduate level. But if you have an MBA already, it's really tough for you to come back to say you want to do an MSc. But if you have an MSc and you would like to do a specialization course, basically, so yes, you will be accepted. Now, what most of our partner universities will be looking at is number one, like I mentioned before, credibility of the student, and then number two, your personal statement. So you cannot run away from your personal statement. You need to be able, your personal statement actually convinces us to say that, look, this student is a genuine student, this student knows what they are doing, this student has a career plan, he has a career path, you know, he knows what he or she wants to do. So you need to take your personal statement very, very seriously. And then lastly, some of our partner universities may want to ascertain if you are, you know, your credibility, basically, to say, does this student really know what they want to do? So you might go through what is called a credibility interview, especially if you're coming for a second master's degree. So basically what I'm trying to say is, if you can do a second master's, yes, you can. What you should be looking at is looking at courses with specialties, which is related to your first MSc that you have done, or first postgraduate degree that you have done. And then when you're writing your personal statement, make sure you articulate the reasons why you want to do a second master's and try and relate it to the first one you have done and your work experience. It will all come together pretty nicely.
Thank you so much, Vivian. When does the registration for January intake will close?
So at the moment, we're still taking applications. Bear in mind that we have the better part of December will be closed for the Christmas and the New Year holidays. So everywhere is literally going to be shut down, the embassies or the high commissions and the universities and all of that. So at the moment, we're still taking applications. Across border partner universities resume from the first week of January up to the third week in January, depending on the partner university or the university you want to come to. So for now, we are still taking applications. We do not have a closing date yet. However, bear in mind that a lot of people will need to make out time to apply for their visas, you know, and then come. And then obviously, depending on your country, the turnaround time standard is 15 working days. However, with the pandemic now, a lot of people are working remotely, so things are rather slow. So you should make allowances and make rooms for delays in visa issuance. But what most of our partner universities have done, which is actually to the advantage of the students, is we've introduced what is called blended learning. So regardless of if you're awaiting your visa or not, the start date of the program will commence. So you can potentially start your program online. And then once you get your visa, you can transition and then come into the UK and then study. So for now, I'd say we're still taking applications, you know, for the January start. So I'm looking at potentially up to first or second week of January, but that's under advisement and is to be confirmed depending on the partner university we're working with or depending on the university that the student wants to come to.
Okay, thank you so much. And my last question is, what is your advice for students who will start in January intake?
Okay, my advice for students who will start in January, as it is at the moment, you know, you should have all of your paperwork in place. You should at this moment have put in an application to come and study with us. You should either hold a conditional offer or an unconditional offer at the moment. If your offer is still conditional, please work on meeting the conditions of your offer so we can make them unconditional. You should prepare to make your tuition fee deposits as soon as possible. Do not forget that, like I said, the embassies are going to go on vacation for the Christmas and for the holidays, basically the Christmas and the New Year break. And then obviously universities will also close. So you should have all of your paperwork in place at the moment. You should have your funding, most importantly, in place, because that money has to sit in your account for a 1 month period before you can put in a visa application. So you need to have your funding, most importantly, in place. If you're from countries where you require the tuberculosis testing to be done, you need to book an appointment and make sure that is all sorted, because that's part of the paperwork we will be asking for before we release what is called the CAS. The CAS is a certificate of acceptance of studies, you know, where we would request for that with your bank statements. Will request for your bank statements and your TB certificates before we issue you the CAS, to make sure that all of your paperwork and the funds are in place before we issue the CAS to you. I'd also like to say here, for people who are on this live event today and have not started this process yet, one of the uniqueness about QA Higher Education is that we've got multiple intakes in a year. So we've got the January start, we've got the May start, and then we've got the September, October start. So if for any reason you're unable to meet up with the January start, you can potentially come to join us in May. However, like I also said, because of the pandemic, the COVID-19 happening all around the world at the moment, most universities have adopted the blended learning process. And the blended learning is start online pending when you can get your visa, and then transition and come into the UK, also to be continued or the blended or hybrid learning as well, whereby you will do online and then face to face. Now, with face to face, you have limited contact hours with your lecturers. We need to be sure everybody is safe, and then we've also reduced the class sizes so we can maintain the social distancing as advised by the UK government and the social distancing rules.
Thank you so much, Vivian, for your advice.
No worries.
I will read questions by students. The first question is, can students already in third level 𝗵𝗃𝗲𝗀 physics in a Nigerian university come to the school to start computer science year one?
So potentially I would say, to start from year one. That's a tough one, actually. So we will need to see the full transcript, and then the students we will need to see the full transcript. We need to know what the student has done so far, what grades they have made, and potentially how they have fared, for us to be able to consider. However, I would say yes, but it is dependent on case by case basis. So we need to see the transcript of what he has done so far. Obviously, if he wants to withdraw from his school, we need to get a withdrawal letter. But basically, his transcript will speak for him, and we need to see that transcript, see what modules he has done and how well he has passed before we can make a final decision on his application.
Okay. The other question is, what is the deposit for students from Africa who are back home?
Okay, like I said before, our minimum deposit is £5,500. However, there are some concessions made for students for some countries who are currently experiencing foreign exchange challenges and transferring funds from their home country to the UK, and specifically the Nigerian students are in this batch. So we have decided to help them transfer their fees, or rather giving them a reduced amount in regulation or in tune with government regulations in their country for £2,000. However, I must mention here that for all of our students, we say on or before enrollment, you must make your payment fee or payment deposit of 50%. So even though you're from Nigeria and you've been given that concession to make a £2,000 a deposit, we will expect that on or before enrollment, you will make a deposit of 50% of your tuition fee. I also want to state here that one of the good things we have about our partner universities is that students also have the opportunity to pay their fees in installments. So at the point of enrollment, you will go on an installment plan. If you're coming for a 1-year program, I think you've got 3 installments to pay up your balance fee of 50%. If you're coming for a 2-year program, you've got 6 months where you will also go on an installmental plan and then pay off the balance of your tuition fee.
Okay. The other question is, fees will be split in 2 years. The course 2-year program, so the first year after the secondary placement.
Okay, so if you're coming for a 2-year program, yes, your fees will be split into for visa purposes only, and this also is only open to Nigerian students and students from Mauritius, I believe. So again, it all has to do with the ability, the FX challenges, the foreign exchange challenges, the students from these countries are experiencing at the moment, and it's just for visa purposes only. You have to show all of the fees in your bank account. So yes, they do get what is called a split fee. So we will show um, on your offer letter, you will see the split fee. It is put on there that it's for the fees. For example, we have what is called the advanced practice program, which is £18,500 from one of our partner universities. So on the offer letter, you will see 18,500, and then you will see for the first year, you will see, I think it's 9,250 or thereabout. Yes. And then obviously for students who are coming to study or students who make applications through 𝗍𝗶𝗃𝗀𝗲 Consultancy, which is your agency, they do automatically get £4,000 off their tuition fee if they are coming for a 2-year program. And then if they're coming for a 1-year program, they get £2,000 off their tuition fee. So if you want to make an application, best to contact 𝗍𝗶𝗃𝗀𝗍 Consultancy so you can benefit from this scholarship that we're offering to their students.
In QA, how many universities includes?
Okay, so at QA Higher Education, we've got 4 partner universities. We've got Northumbria University, the London campus. The main campus is in Newcastle, but we run everything about the London campus. We have Sylhet University, which is located in Southampton. We do have Ulster University, where the main campus is in Northern Ireland. However, for Ulster University, which is our smallest campus, actually, we've got 2 campuses in the UK. We've got one in London, and then we've got another one in Birmingham. The one in Birmingham is the smallest of the 2. And then we also have Roehampton University, which is in London as well. So like I said, when I started this presentation, or when I started talking, depending on where the student wants to study, we have a variety of cities where they can go. So they can choose to, if they want to study in London, there's Roehampton, there's Ulster London campus, there's Northumbria University London campus. If they want to study outside of London, they can potentially go to Sylhet University in Southampton, or they can come to Ulster University at the Birmingham campus.
Okay, thank you so much. Which are accepting second masters?
All of them. It all boils down to how you can, like I mentioned, your personal statement. Yes. And then you having to do some sort of specialty. So all of them will accept. Is you just need to make a very good application with your personal statement, and then the course has to be related to what you have studied before, or it has to be a specialty of what you have studied before or your previous work experience. So all of them can potentially accept a second master's.
The other question is 120 credits from 180 credits acceptable for any university?
Okay, so this question is quite vague. If you're coming for an undergraduate program, we expect that you should have a minimum of 320 to 320 credits if you're coming for an undergraduate program. Now, if you have done only 120 credits out of 180, we will need to look at what you have done. So we need to see your transcript. We need to see what courses you have passed, what courses you potentially may have not done well, and then we can then advise at what level we can then fit you in. So potentially, yes, depending on what you want to study, what level you currently are, and then what level you intend to go into. We will look at that individualistically and then advise. So,
okay.
Yeah.
The other question is on academic progress. What if a student who study MSc Computer Science now wants to go for MBA due to his new rule in his place of work?
It is possible. Like I said, you just need to write a very good personal statement. So it's left for the student to convince us how an MBA is related to the work he had, his new role in his place, or how the MBA is related to his computer science, his MSc that he's done in computer science. So everything boils down to a very good personal statement. So yes, he can potentially do that. It's possible.
Do you have any London campus where is MSc Data Science can be studied?
So we've got MSc Data Analytics at Northumbria University at the London campus. So potentially, yes. We also have, it's not called data science. We've got data analytics at the London campus. We also have business and data analytics also at Ulster University at the London campus. So potentially those two universities, Northumbria University and Ulster University. And they are both in London. They both got campuses in London. So yes.
I'm aware that for cash request, students from Algeria don't require to show the funds. So what other documents would be required? Additionally, the student has not been in the UK for 12 months. I think this question
okay, so this question is, the person has twisted this question. It's the other way around. So if you are outside of the UK, you must show all of your funds in place. It's a visa requirement. It's a UK visa requirement. It is not a university requirement. Regardless of the university you're going to, you must show your tuition fee. If you've paid anything to the university, so you must show the balance of your tuition fee plus your living expenses, and they must sit in your account for 1 month, 28 days. So 28 days, I'd say, that's why I said 1 month, 1 calendar month. They must sit there before you can go ahead and make a visa application. Now, if you are in the UK, the rules again have recently just changed. If you are in the UK and you've been in the UK for up to 12 months, you do not need to show any finances before we can release the cash to you. However, we will require as a university that you make your deposit towards your tuition fee, but you do not need to show any financial documents if you have been in the UK 12 months prior to when you're about to apply for your visa to come and to study in the UK. I hope that's clear.
Yes. Great. Thank you so much, Vivian, for all your answers. If you have any other questions, you can contact us in the phone number. So we will answer all your questions. Thanks, Vivian, again for today. If you have anything else to share with us, you can do it now.
Yes, thank you very much for having me, Anna, and the whole 𝗍𝗃𝗲 consultancy team. So for those of you who missed the beginning of the presentation, 𝗍𝗃𝗲 Higher Education, we're a company and we run branch campuses for a number of universities in the UK. Our partners are Northumbria University, one of the top 50 in the UK. We've got Ulster University with campuses in London and Birmingham, and their main campus in Northern Ireland. Sylhet University at Southampton, and Roehampton University in London. So regardless of where you would wish to study in the UK, if it's the Midlands, if it's the South, if it's central UK, we have a campus there for you to come and study. Our entry requirements for postgraduate students is second class lower minimum. If you have less than that, not to worry, we have the pre-masters entry route for students who have a third or a past degree. If you have a HND, also not to worry. We've got a fantastic program for you to come in. They're called top-up programs, whereby you will do 1 year and then graduate with either a BA or a BSc. If I know this is mainly focused for the postgraduate market. However, if you've got siblings or friends who would like to come for an undergraduate program, we're happy to take students who have a minimum of 5 credits, math and English inclusive, at their WAEC level or 𝗍𝗃 equivalent or KCSE or ZIMSEC, regardless, depending on what country you're from. We're happy to take them. We have our standard foundation program is for 9 months, and then they can then progress on to year 1 and then continue their studies from there. We also have what is called the International Year 1 in business for students who have very good grades at WAEC level. So if you've got A's and B's, you can potentially go straight into year 1, but only in our business related program. And that's why it's called International Year 1 business. However, you must be 17 years of age before you can go onto the International Year 1 business program. We also have the free English language testing. So if you're coming to any of our partner universities and you don't have a minimum grade of C6 in English language, that's 𝗍𝗃 or WAEC or NECO, that's not to worry. All you need to do is we will register you for our free English language testing. And then once you pass the exams, we can then use that in lieu of your WAEC, and then make you an unconditional offer if English was a condition. I also want to say that across boards, we have various scholarships. If you're going to come to study with us and you're making your application with New Way Consultancy, if you're coming for a 2-year program, you get £4,000 off. If you're coming for a 1-year program, you get £2,000 off. So to take advantage of this scholarship, please make your applications through New Way Consultancy. For our postgraduate programs, we have a 1-year option and a 2-year option. So the 1-year option is just 1 year in classroom, straight, get your MSc, and then you progress on to other things. If you want to do the 2-year option, the 2nd year is a year in industry. It's called the advanced practice option. A year in industry where you get to learn what you have, get some sort of relevant work experience to what you have learned in the class. And then you can do that 1 year in industry. So depending on the partner university, you will be required to get a place or a placement where you will do your 2nd year. If for any reason you're unable to get a placement, we have what is called the consultancy project, which you will embark on, which is one of the advantages we have as QA Higher Education over a whole lot of universities. If you ask your friends who are currently studying on the advanced practice option with other universities and they have not been able to get placements, they will tell you that they probably have had their visas curtailed. To have a visa curtailed is to cancel the visa if they can't get anything to do for get any placement for the 2nd year. But if you're coming to study with QA Higher Education, what we do is that we place you on a consultancy project if you cannot get placement. So at the end of the day, you are safe. Your visa is not curtailed. You do your 2 years in the UK. I also want to talk about accommodation. Now, because our campuses are not campus-based, they are all branch campuses, like I said before. We have a fantastic accommodation team. They work according to your budget. So once you get an unconditional offer, accommodation team will contact you ASAP, asking if you require accommodation and what your budget is, and they will work towards your budget. So I think basically making a decision to come and study with any of our partner universities, will be worth your while. They are quite affordable with generous scholarships across board. So yes, if you're looking to come and study in the UK, another thing is that we've got multiple intakes as well. Like I said, we do have January, we do have May, and we have September. So if you're looking to come and study in the UK, think QA higher education, and then look at what we have, and then get across to one of our trusted partners, which is New Way Consultancy, and then they will sort you out ASAP. So that's basically it from me.
Thank you so much, Deborah, for all your information.
No
Thanks
worries.
today, and hopefully we'll see another virtual meeting.
Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. They're lovely seeing all of you, speaking to you guys, and please do stay safe. And for my Nigerian brothers, please keep the flag flying and stay safe as well. Thank you very much. All right. Cheers.